Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Fair Trade Bible Study that is environmentally and socially sustainable. It's fair trade because Daily Dose Radio is promoting the sustainable development of better Bible study on a global level. That's not just a cutesy thing. That's really what I mean. I want to make this on a global level, and it's become that because we have listeners all around the world listening to Daily Dose Radio. I know that everybody can't access Daily Dose Radio because everybody doesn't speak English, and they're not going to understand what I have to say. But there are so many English speakers around the world that I thought, well, I'm just not going to allow that to hinder me from doing better Bible study. So 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. So I hope you'll jump in here and join us as we study Psalm 59 this week. We began yesterday with the first 3 verses of Psalm 59. It's a beautiful prayer that David opens with. Of course, this is a do not destroy psalm, but not quite in the same vein as the other do not destroy psalms. The other do not destroy psalms had to do with Saul, David telling his men while he was in the cave, you're not going to touch him. He's God's anointed. And now we come to Psalm 59, and Psalm 58 also had the do not destroy tag. This is Psalm 59, and it has another historical piece when the men came to David's house to kill him. So this do not destroy happens to do with David himself. And he's praying that God would not let evil men destroy him. He says there in verse 1, deliver me, defend me. Deliver me in verse 2, save me. And then in verse 3, he says, they come and they lie in wait for my soul. Verses 4 through 7 is our text today. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake to help me, and behold. Thou therefore, O Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors, Selah. They return at evening. They make a noise like a dog, and go round about the city. Behold, they belch out with their mouth. Swords are in their lips. For who, say they, doth hear? So we come right back to verse 4, and it sounds a little bit like what we had there in verse 3. Of course, those two are connected because they're right beside each other. My divisions are artificial when I just read through verse 3. I could have read through verse 4. I wanted to make the division there at 3. It says in 4, they run and prepare themselves without my fault. Now, he had said in 3, they do this, they come against me, not because of my transgression, nor because of my sins, but they're coming after me anyway. They have a motivation that's not rooted in David at all. Their motivation is in their own hearts. And he says, it's not my fault. They're not attacking me because of something I've done. And then you'll notice how he repeats this awake request. He's asked for deliverance, defense, and salvation. Now he says, awake to help me. Awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressor, Selah. Now, of course, we understand David's anguish here, right? They're trying to kill him, and he's saying, take him out. You judge them now, immediately. These people are wicked workers. And then he compares them to dogs. He says, they return at evening, they make a noise like a dog, and they go round about the city. So they're growling, and they're hunting for their precious prey. Verse 7, behold, they belch out with their mouth, swords are in their lips. This goes right back to what I've said earlier. The tongue and the mouth is the great weapon in the Psalms. And here we have it again. They have swords in their lips. Why? Look at what they say. They say, who doth hear? Oh, well, we'll answer that question tomorrow. I hope you'll join me then on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.